It's been a wet finish to March across central and eastern Kentucky. Just general rain, moderate to heavy at times. Now the focus shifts to the potential of a few strong storms here in central and eastern Kentucky during the early hours of Saturday, but a significant severe weather and tornadic outbreak ongoing across the Missouri River Valley. You see the two areas of pink. That is a level 5, a high risk into parts of Iowa and northwestern Illinois and from eastern Arkansas into northern Mississippi and southwest Tennessee, including Memphis. It's been over 2 years since we've had a high risk, and only 8 days in the last 9 years have we had a high risk day here in the continental U.S. So it is unusual to say the least. Now, we're not expecting any of that. Our biggest concern will be the threat for damaging winds, especially along and west of I-75 into the early hours of Saturday. You see the level 3 central southern Kentucky, and then we go level 2 to 1 pretty rapidly out into eastern Kentucky. The isolated tornado threat, I think, primarily along and west of I-75. This thing should and hopefully will weaken out as we go into early Saturday. But that's the problem. It's a night event, and it's into a weekend when a lot of folks are busy and kind of checked out a little bit, so you want to have multiple ways to get your weather alerts. Of course, we'll be right here on ABC 36. No Weather Radio, always a good idea as well. A few scattered showers to our south, nothing in the way of thunder. That's not the case. A little decent cluster, which may clip parts of Henry, Owen, up into Grant and Pendleton counties as we go through the next, say, hour or so. But the big problems are off to our northwest. The bigger boxes, tornado watch boxes. The polygons in yellow, severe thunderstorm, and everything in red, that's a tornado warning. We got multiple tornadoes on the ground across parts of eastern Iowa right now. Big time problems there. They got severe weather approaching Chicago. They got a ground stop at O'Hare in Chicago because of that. And then farther south, this cell that is warned just west of Memphis has done significant damage. Looking at some of the pictures on social media, northern side of Little Rock, Arkansas, a couple of hours ago. Things flared up down there a little more quickly than anticipated, and unfortunately, it's caused a lot of problems. Again, our tornado threat, pretty low. Damaging winds, the biggest concern overnight. We got a fairly quiet evening to come. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HC Camera Network 62. Winds are picking up, though, out of the south, about 20 to 25, and they will increase, and that's going to pump that milder air in. You see it out here to the west. So we're going to see temperatures rise, and probably our high for today will be say maybe right around midnight or so, in fact. So there's your low causing the problems over Iowa. Warm front, of course, you get the turning of the winds with altitude across that front. That creates the shear, the spin that you need to get those tornadoes going, and that's why the threat's greatest out to the west. Here's what we're going to be watching. Notice it's about 2-3 a.m. as it races into eastern Kentucky, and then after that we clear out. We get some sunshine in here, although our in-house data is trying to bring a little bit of cloudiness and a few sprinkles to go along with the cooler air. If that happens, that would actually help us out in cutting down on the wind. But nevertheless, at this point, it should look familiar. We're looking at some stronger wind gusts on the order of 50, maybe even 55 miles per hour. So as we mentioned the last couple of days, will we see some power outages scattered around tomorrow? Sure. Will we see a few trees down? That is likely as well. Later on in the evening, as the sun goes down, we're going to see things begin to wind down. But the wind advisory, the lighter colors, central southern Kentucky until 5 tomorrow afternoon. We've got a high wind warning out into eastern Kentucky till 6 tomorrow evening, where wind gusts could be even higher than that. So we're not breaking new ground. Shouldn't be a repeat of March 3rd, but it will be very windy tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures drop off. Sunday looks nice, and if you want some warmer air, you are going to get it early next week. How about upper 70s for afternoon highs? But we will have to watch Wednesday as that cold front moves through here for the potential for more strong storms here in the Bluegrass.